Well, it's November 19th. It's about 3 o'clock. And I just got set up for this afternoon's hunt. So this afternoon I decided to come back into this spot where me and Dad hunted that big 9-pointer opening night. I've been in here a couple times this year, not a whole bunch, but a lot of times they'll bed in this gully. But I was lucky today that either they weren't bedded down in there or I snuck in here good enough and didn't spook any of them. A lot of times what happens is they cross this fence right here, they come across this hayfield and jump the fence, and they'll be right in my lap if they do that. Hopefully they're heading out to the cornfields or heading over to the acorns over that way tonight and something comes by for me to shoot. Well, another crazy encounter tonight. It was probably about 4 or 4:30, and all of a sudden I look over, and here comes that first buck. I don't know how much footage I got, even of any of it, but I tried to get the video camera on him. He was coming right to that crossing, like I said in the first time I talked. I said they cross this fence right there. He walks right up to where that trail crosses the fence, and he stands there, and he stops right at that fence, and he's just kind of looking around. And he actually had a drop-tine on him. Not real big, just a little one, but that's the first one I've ever seen with a drop-tine in real life. But he walked right up to that fence, and I figured he's going to jump it because he's right where that trail is, and I figured he's going to jump it and give me a 10-yard shot right there. Well, what happened is he stopped, looked, and then he ended up going to my left, and there's a fence there. That fence, and he's broadside at 20 yards, which is just torture because I can't even shoot. So then I'm thinking he's going to jump behind me. Well, he doesn't. Turns around, walks all the way up the fence, jumps it, turns in, drops down in that gully, and then all of a sudden his ears lay back and he's kind of getting bristled up, and that 9-pointer that me and Zip saw on opening day stands up out of its bed. And I'm like, that is just nuts. And I can't believe I got in there without busting him, first of all, because he had to have been bedded there when I walked in, but he bristled up to him. 9-pointer stands up, and that 9-pointer is way, way, way bigger than that drop-tine buck. But then that drop-tine moves on, and he's walking. That gully goes up, so he's like eye level with me, which is torture because he's 50 yards, but he's eye level broadside and looks way closer than 50. And then he stops and looks, and then a spike comes around off the other side of the hill, dilly-dallies around with that spike, and then he moves off, jumps to a fence and took off. I don't know where he was going, but back into the creek that's back there. And then that 9-pointer, as I was watching him, I was hoping he was going to come my way, but he just stood there in the same spot, and then he kind of moved a little bit every once in a while, and I could tell he was limping, and every little bit he would reach back and lick. He must have got hit with shot, or maybe hit by a car is what I was thinking, but I don't know. It almost, when I was looking at him, it looked like he might have had something in his back leg, like a hole, like he got shot in the leg, but I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell for sure. I'm gonna have to look at the video. But so I had to wait until it's probably it's 6 o'clock right now. Sunset's at 5, so I waited in plenty after dark to come out of there, and I don't think I ever spooked that 9-pointer, but I got Thanksgiving break this week for part of the week, so I'll have a little bit of time to hunt. So I'll definitely be back in there the rest of this week trying to get one of those bucks on the ground.